What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing episode number 5. As you guys know me, Rodrigo from rodstudios.com. We got Miguel here from Pandora Tattoo Studio, and we have a special guest today, Isaac, right? Isaac. All right, Isaac, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and where you're from.
So originally from Texas, joined the Army out of high school, ended up here, retired in June of 22 and just stuck around. I'm a realtor now and I have a small handyman, I guess, doing home repairs, renovation business.
Yeah.
And
How's it being a realtor?
I got my license 2 months ago, so right now it's a hustle and a grind trying to land clients, but I love it. So.
That's what's up. That's something I want to get more into too, because I want to start invest. I want to be a realtor just so I can invest in properties. Not so much to make money out of them, but for me to buy properties. Yeah, I think that's my. So what?
So you can do that without your license.
No, but I feel like yeah, but like just get more into it, because I do feel like if I go into realtor, even if I don't get my license, I'll still learn a lot. The same thing going to school for arts. I don't have to get a degree just as long as I learn. That's my biggest thing, just learning.
So, yeah. I later on in the future, I do want to invest in like properties. For me, it's to make the money though. To have backup places, houses or whatever, but also like I want to get into the like renting and the Airbnb kind of stuff. I feel like that's a good way to have wealth overall. So definitely looking into that.
Generational wealth.
Yeah, generational wealth. Yeah, that's right. And you have a YouTube channel too, right? I think you had a link on your Facebook profile.
Yeah.
I think I saw like a link to the YouTube. Have you been doing that for a while, or is it just something new?
That is almost brand new. So I got my license and I was doing like TikTok and Facebook, Instagram videos, just trying to get my name out there and giving neighborhood information about the Jack Britt district. That's where I'm from. That's what I know really well. So just giving little stats on each neighborhood.
Yeah, right. Might as well. I mean, everything's social media now, but definitely YouTube is a place where you can grow overall. I mean, and every time we have like a question, YouTube, either Google or YouTube, one of those. When we visually want to see it, it's always YouTube. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I need to follow you. You say you have TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to follow you. How do you guys know each other?
Facebook.
Okay.
I think you posted on the Fabio page, right? The Fabio page for business networking.
Okay.
So I kind of just joined the group and then I just sent him a friend request.
Yeah. Okay.
Then all that happened this morning, I think. Yeah, all that happened.
All this happened this morning.
All that happened this morning. I opened up Facebook, business networking. Like, all right, clicked on it. Saw he was the admin or the owner or whatever.
Oh, really?
Click on him.
Oh, so
friend
you
request.
actually have like a page.
Yeah, I started a business networking group.
Okay. Yeah, that's dope.
What is
Yeah, you should join. You own a business, right?
Yeah, definitely.
what is the overall goal for the business networking?
So that I went to the Midtown Business Networking event in Raleigh, and that was hosted by the Black Men Detective Agency. And so I'm there and I'm mingling, talking to folks, and I met a mortgage lender. I think there was an insurance broker, 2 tech companies, lawyers, like everybody's there, and we're just talking and hanging out, eating food, having drinks, and it's like every one of them I made a connection that could help my business grow, and I can help them in some way. So it's like making those strategic partnerships, man, that can just do wonders for your business. I'm like, this is fantastic. Came back to Fayetteville, and I'm searching, and they do have groups. A lot of them are pay to play, which for any small startup or whatever, that's another bill that you might not be able to afford. So,
Right.
I'm sorry. I seen somewhere on the Facebook What's Happening Feb or something like that, where they were having an event somewhere. I want to say it was Raleigh or Greensboro, where you had to pay $100, whatever it was, to go to the event, and you got to network with people. Was that what you like trying to go to, or just
I don't want anybody to have to pay for anything. Like, it's just a bunch of business owners
Right.
looking to grow their business, expand their business, learn from each other. I'm sure you guys know things that could help me in my business. So
Yeah.
it's
Right, of course.
just a place for us to meet, hang out, socialize, and see how can I help you? How can you help me?
yeah,
And it's not trying to get things for free, right? If you're
Right,
helping
right,
me,
right.
I'm gonna use your business. I'm gonna pay for
Yeah.
it. Whatever.
I feel like it's kind of like when you mentioned about you don't really need to get certified to let's just say flip houses or something, right? If somebody can teach you and you get the knowledge from that person, that's still just as beneficial as going to school for a certification. So it's kind of like same thing. If I can help you, let's say manage social media or like make videos or whatever, right? And vice versa. In exchange, you can help me learn more about real estate. I think that's a big win for both of us.
Yeah, we're hanging out now. You happen to scroll past my YouTube, like, hey, bro, you need to do X, Y, and Z to make this better. Hey, appreciate it. You're the expert. You know.
yeah.
I'm learning how to make tattoos from again.
Come on, bro. Come on. We have another chair. We have
Yeah,
one chair open.
yeah. So I guess the first question today, since we're talking about money, power, and respect, right? Um, which one is more important to you, and why? Why not the others? So we can start with you. Isaac.
I'm gonna go with respect, and I think that's because respect has to be earned. And you can have all the money in the world, but if you're a terrible person, it means nothing. You're not gonna do anything with it.
Yeah.
You might live freely to do whatever, but you're not gonna have anybody in your circle. So being a good person, staying humble, doing those things, that garners respect and builds your circle, which if you ever have a down day, you're gonna rely on that circle. So
Yeah. I feel like same. Like you can have money and not have respect. You can have power and not have respect. I feel like just I would just choose respect, bro, because that's the. Oh no, I just choose respect, bro.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, I didn't know where my thought was going.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say money, but the reason why I'm gonna say money is because yes, we I agree. You got to be a good person. You got to be humble and all that. But I think that comes with yourself. Like you're choosing to be humble. It doesn't matter like where you're at money wise. You can be a good person broke. You can be a good person rich. To me, I feel like that's just a more personal thing. Like you can be a super humble person, but for somebody else, you might not be as humble as you thought you are. You know what I mean? So like you can, let's say, give charity, but there's always going to be somebody saying you're just doing it for, to look good kind of thing. So it's more like, I feel like to me it's more like I rather focus on my values as far as like being a family man and making sure that we're all good versus thinking too much about what somebody else is going to think about me. Because either way, whether I do good or bad, there's still going to be bad thoughts about me.
yeah,
That's kind of how I feel about it. But yeah,
I guess is this coming from a place of like you choosing money because you already have the respect, like you grew up with that with the good morals? Because if somebody didn't
because
have either three of them,
right.
yeah,
Well, it's coming from a place where the more you gain or the more um looking for the word, the more experience you gain, the more you kind of know. So like I'm gonna be honest, I'm very blessed at the moment as far as like from where I used to be before. And I find it funny that whenever I was, in a worse place, people thought I was very humble. I mean, I'm still the same person, but now that
Oh
I
yeah,
can actually do a lot more things, like let's say even the simplest things like taking my family out on a vacation. Let's say if I show it off a little bit, now it's look, there's always people saying now I'm not humble no more because now I can do it. You know what I mean? It's like or like the way I'll answer that, but in this next question. So this is the next question. What
You
is a
want to ask?
misconception about money that you don't believe in? Just start with me.
Um, money makes you evil. Money, I feel like, just amplifies who you are, and I think people who have good morals use it as a tool to do whatever. Like whether you want to open a charity, whether you want to donate money to whatever, um, money's just a tool. It's not who you are. People who are bad, it's an amplifier. So if you're bad, you can be worse. If you're good, you're gonna be good.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's it for me.
That's why I chose money in that first question, because I'm like at the end of the day, like you said, money is more like a tool, and I feel like it's a tool to bring the real you out.
Yeah.
So, for example, it's kind of like um, think of it as like a car, right? If you're the kind of person who likes to show off, right? But let's say you don't really have a car that good yet, you won't show it off. But the moment you get a good car that you can show off, you're gonna be you, and you're gonna like do everything to show off. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
always there. You just never had it before, but it was always there.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I see it.
I'd say that it's a common misconception about money that it's hard to come by. And if you're putting in the work, you're doing all the things. I like to try to keep an abundance mindset. Like it's out there, you just got to go get it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people stuck in that. I can't, like I don't have the money to do that. You don't need it, man. You got an idea, go run with it.
I feel like especially around this times, like where everything's just you can literally do anything nowadays and make some kind of income from it. You know what I mean? So it's I feel like it's easy. Yeah, put into it. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I think knowledge is definitely plays a big role. You kind of have some kind of knowledge to do what you want to do or got to do.
I was reading this. Well, not reading. I came across this podcast video where what's her name? Cody Sanchez. She's an
I seen her.
investor.
Yeah, I seen her.
Yeah, she was talking about money flow, like basically the concept of like you make money, you spend money, you have to spend money to make money. Like all that is just you can't keep money stagnant because that's whenever you start becoming a saver. What's that? Scarcity mindset. Yeah. So I'm trying. Well, I've never like because of the people I grew around. Like it was never like I have to budget myself. It was like you got to make more money, and it's just been working for me. Like they tried to give me the budget. I was like, all right, I'm writing everything down.
Yeah.
Man, bump it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That's happened. That happened to me um, recently, to be honest, because I come from that mindset of like um, I got to make sure that I save kind of thing. But as business is growing and all that, obviously I gotta like invest. So it's like
Yeah.
this ain't cheap. You know what I mean? So like, and then the more you gotta, the bigger the project, the more I gotta put in. So it's like I see the numbers that are going out, but then I think about it. It's like, well, if I didn't put these numbers in, this numbers wouldn't come in either way. So it's like I kind of had to get rid of that mindset of like whatever comes in, I gotta keep it. And it's more like just let it flow. It's gonna flow either way.
One thing that whenever I first got my apartment, right, I would say best thing. That's whenever I first moved to Fayetteville. Best thing of Fayetteville was a tattoo shop, and I was looking for an apartment. I was like, all right, I need to go for the bare minimum, $600. I cannot spend more than $600 with that apartment, right? And I was looking at all the $600 apartments. I was like, bro, these things are ghetto. Like, the review says it got roaches. I'm like, then I was like, you know what? All right, let's bump it up to 700. Then I found some apartments that were like almost $900. And but I had to get out of my own head. I was like, bro, I can make that in a day. Like I don't know why I'm over here trying to pinch this money. Like because I came from the struggle too, bro. Like Yeah, that was just like an eye opening for me. I was like, bro, like I can really make this money. It's not that big of an issue.
I
Right.
was taught the same thing. You need to save your money, put it away for your future. Nah, bro, I'm gonna invest it.
You got to create it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They invest it. That's right.
I'm gonna let my money make me money.
There you go.
I think that's what a lot of people have. Their mentality is saving money because that's one thing my wife struggles with. She doesn't know how to invest. She doesn't get the concept. She thinks it's a gamble, which it is. But at the same time, I'm like, we have our savings and we have our investing money. Let's just use our investing money and let the savings just be the savings.
Right.
Yeah, but she doesn't get it. She wants like a paycheck and all that. I'm trying to be a stay-at-home dad. Yeah, make a few
Like
bands.
a year. That's
Yeah,
it.
a month. Stay at home.
I feel like a lot of people don't get that concept of you can. There's more ways or opportunities to make a living than just getting a paycheck. Like you don't
Yeah.
have to like you're gonna get paid either way, but it doesn't have to be a paycheck. You know what I mean? Like um like just kind of building like investing for your future. The more those investings add up, or the more investments you do, all that adds up, and eventually it's like you say you're gonna be making more in a day than what you're spending in a month. So that's
Yeah,
I guess
bro.
that's the goal, but you kind of gotta see the whole thing to understand it. And I think a lot of people don't see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Try to tell my son now. He's 14, so he's learning. But like, yeah, I've got my business, but I've also got these other streams of revenue. Like you need to have more than one. Something's gonna break in your chain. When that thing breaks, the rest of your income is gonna keep you together. So
Yeah.
multiple streams of revenue, and then passive income. That's like the biggest one.
Yeah.
Got these things over here making me money while I sleep, so I don't have to worry about them.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to get you to make me some money too.
How many subscribers do you need?
Man, you need technically you need a 500.
Really?
1,000 is the goal though. 1,000 is where you get the bigger
Oh man,
deals.
I'm just gonna start teaching people how to tattoo.
See, hey, there you go. See,
Yeah.
see,
You know, you're teaching us.
yeah, it's teaching. That's how you gotta do.
Your little camera there while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Show 'em.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
That is true.
That is it. Yep.
Whenever you do your realtor videos, do you tell them like what to look for in a house, things like? Do you inform them, or is it just like showing like the area?
Right now, it's just information on the neighborhood, like how many are on the market, how many sold the last 90 days, the listing price, bedroom square footage, all that. I've been watching other folks do theirs. It's like, okay, they're like out there walking down the sidewalk. This neighborhood has a sidewalk, and right here's this and that.
Yeah. The reason I was the reason I didn't mean to cut you off. The reason I was asking is the lady who's helping me out right now at the front desk. She actually went to school for realtor, and I heard her having a conversation with my customer from Friday and Saturday, and she was helping them, right? And in my mind, I was like, if I could get a realtor like her, who, of course, you guys got to make your money, right? But if you tell me like the ups and downs, the pros and the cons, like if you're being real with me, I'd rather do business with somebody like that instead of like just going blindsided. Like it's a house. I might have to invest here. Like okay, this is what you're getting. You might have to invest on this side. I'll take it. Like you're a straight up person. So
As a realtor, there's realtors and there's real estate brokers. And once you get your license, you're a real estate broker. When you become a realtor, you're joining the Realtors Association. They have a stricter code of ethics. So it's like, regardless, once you get your license, you're supposed to be looking out for your client's best interest.
Yeah, I think
So-
she has her license.
So even if you want to buy a $200,000 house, I find you one for 180. I'm supposed to bring that to you because I'm looking out for your best interest. Let me save you this 20,000. I found this house has everything you want. So that's what we're supposed to be doing. And of course, there's good and bad people in every occupation. So you're gonna find those that are bad, but for the most part, I think at least everyone that I've met around here, they're trying to do the right thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I really don't. No, like you said, there's good and bad people here. I think I've just talked to some people who are like more,
Let me show you this house at the top
yeah,
of your budget. It's like,
yeah,
yeah.
no, and which is fair because I used to do sales at Verizon, and usually and I've tried.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
And I've thought about doing car sales, but the way I see it is like the grimier somebody is, the more sales they make, and I'm like, do I really want to? I'd rather be straight up with somebody. Yeah, that's just who I am.
That's like my two businesses, right? Realtor and then my other business. That's where I feel like I can add value to your home buying experience. I could walk through the house like, yeah, you're going to need new floors in like a year or two. Rough estimate, it's going to cost you X number of dollars. That way, you're going into that deal more informed. You can anticipate that cost later on.
Yeah.
So that's my intent when I do finally land a client. Is like, I want to be able to help them in that aspect as well. So
What about using realtor as an investment? Because the tattoo artist that I told you she moved to your old neighborhood, Westgate, I think.
Yeah.
That's what she did. She unknowingly, well, I know a few people who unknowingly bought houses and even making money out of it. Um, would that be a good approach too? I'm just thinking because, like I said, I would want to know how I would do it if I was a realtor, like how I would try to sell it. Like that's just me. I like
How you would try to
sell something, whether it was a cigar, a phone, a car, whatever it was. I just want to know how people sell because I feel like that's what we do. That's the root of all business is you got to learn how to sell. And I just like knowing what people think whenever they're trying to sell. Yeah.
I feel like
there's always somebody looking to buy a house. There's always going to be people looking to buy a house. So for me, I'm going to do all the things I have to do, right? Put in the MLS, market it online, all the social media platforms. But then it's the little things that brings people interest back. So updating pictures once a week, right? You go to like Zillow, you're scrolling through, you save a house because you like it, but you want to compare it to others. Come back the next week, there's new pictures. Like, oh shoot, that looks cool. Something I learned off of a podcast, right? These things help, but that's
Showing the behind the scenes kind of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
That way, just keep it fresh in their mind, stay top of mind, and then I don't know. They basically sell themselves. There's somebody always looking for a house.
I noticed that once you stop thinking too much about the sale, the sales just kind of become easier, or they just come to you. This is something I noticed because so I used to before I just started this recently. Been doing it for professionally like about 5 months now. Yeah, about 5 months. I'm a full-time trainer at a gym, and but before I started this, I was also doing personal training from my own. My own thing was called Unleash for Fitness, and same thing was just sales to getting clients and all that. But I realized that at first I was just kind of chasing people, and then when I actually started giving them like more like trying to teach them or give them information, is like they just kind of lined up and like we want to work with you like personal training. So instead of me going to them and be like, hey, do you want me to train you or can I train you or whatever, it's like I gave them information and then they came back and we want more. How much do you charge, kind of thing.
And prior to this, I worked for a general contractor. I was the chief operating officer, and that's the same thing I told him. We need to start making videos.
Yeah.
Just, you're a home inspector, you're a general contractor, you got all this knowledge.
Right.
Share it.
Yeah.
That makes you look like the expert in your
Yes,
field.
correct.
People are going to be drawn to that. They're going to want to work with you.
Right.
I remember at Verizon. I started working at Verizon when I was young, and so I was partying. I was doing all this. So half the time I was there like hungover, drunk, things like that, or I was trying to leave early. And I remember like every time I wanted to leave early or do something, I would get a customer and I would give them the bare minimum interest. Like and they would always buy. I was like, why are you guys trying to buy whenever I'm trying to head out? And then I was like, okay, so they don't want me to sell them. They want me to be more personable and give them the pros and the cons of
Yeah.
everything. I was like, if you got to take it, you got to take a few minutes, a few days to think about this. It's fine. Like we'll come back to it. So no, I think I want to go ahead and do this. I trust you. I was like, bro, I'm trying to get drunk. Yeah.
What is one book that y'all recommend and why? Oh, you brought yours with me? Okay. Was that good? Good to great. I heard about that.
It compares a bunch of like the big corporations, right? Like Walgreens is like their first one that they look at. When they first started, it was nothing. Now they're $1 billion company. And they talk about how they got there. Like they were a good company and now they're great. How did they get there? And they do that with a whole bunch of other companies. So
Yeah,
it's all about like your values, your beliefs, your morals. Build your company on that. Hire people that share your values and get the right people on the bus is what they say. Get the right people in the right seats on the bus and you can go anywhere.
Yeah. I think to me it depends who is a book going for. When I was younger, I remember reading the book Millionaire by 30s, and that kind of opened my mind. It is a psychology book, psychological book, I would say, because whenever I opened the studio, I didn't know how to work. I didn't know how to lead people. I didn't know how to guide people. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I can make the bills. But then when everybody started bringing me their troubles, I was like, bro, I don't want to listen to this. But then I had to, I had to realize that they come to me now because they think I know the answers, which I only know because I'm only there because I know how to pay bills. But Phil Jackson, 11 Rings, he talks about how he had the team with Kobe, Michael, everybody. Everybody has different personalities, and he had to manage them differently for them to be able to get to where he had to get. So I think that one is a good book to teach about perspective. Also, different people, different perspective. Yeah.
Right now, I'm listening to the audiobook because I listen to it every morning on my way here and on my way home. Um, Tianets by Grant Cardone. I just like books that can give you a different perspective that that I didn't have, and just kind of like open up your mind to more possibilities. Because I feel like whether you sometimes I either get burned out or like maybe I do what I already had to do, but then it feels like you're stuck. But then you just kind of need a different perspective to kind of like open up again and keep growing basically. So to me, I like those kind of books, and I think the TNX one, it gives you a different perspective of like different things, and like overall like customer service, the way you view work, investing, the stuff you do, and yes, it's a good book that I would recommend.
Yeah.
Another one that I just listened to, Dynamic Drive by Molly Fletcher. Y'all know who she is? She's like a big time sports agent. She was, and like Hall of Famers, all those types of people. Now she's an entrepreneur, just writing books and doing all sorts of things. But that Dynamic Drive, she talks about a mindset, right? Like one of her pitchers has a down day, so the next game, she makes a little highlight video for him. These are all your great games, and she makes him watch it before the game. He's out there and pitches a no-hitter. Like, it's mindset. Focus on the good, and you work hard. You have that dynamic drive to keep training like you're a rookie, right? Like Jerry Rice did. Jerry Rice went to rookie training camp every year. He did that first week. Like, that type of stuff, just having that drive and that mindset, that's a great book.
I do want to read more books. That's one thing that I feel like I'm slacking on is because I do have my audiobook list. I have books that I already read, but I don't know what to read. I guess that's my thing, because you can easily pick up a book, learn something, but it's the wrong information, or it's information that will get you to the bare minimum or good whenever you're trying to go for a grade. That's where I'm stuck at. I don't know what to read. If I read something, I don't want to be like, oh man, I just wasted 2 days of
Right.
my life.
I the books that I have found was listening to podcasts like this one, where there's people talking about it and they recommend books, kind of like we just did. Like somebody else could have said, I don't know where to start, and we just kind of named a few books where they can kind of start at.
Yeah.
Um, I I usually, from the people that I follow, let's say let's just say Grant Cardone. I haven't watched his videos in a while, but I used to like a while back, and I used to know he was always pushing this book. I never got it until recently, but I'm glad I got it because then it kind of like opened my mind up some more. So usually the books that I go for are kind of from the people that I already have seen, that make videos already, that I can that I can either relate or that in some way help me. So now it's like, all right, I want to learn more. So kind of like we were talking about a while ago, where you're giving people information and you kind of get them like to keep coming back to where they're like they just become buyers or customers.
What is that guy's name? Dave Ramsey, right? That's his name. The guy that teaches you how to get out of debt.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
See, like I don't think he's bad,
Right.
but he's like, so you read Dave Ramsey's books and you're out of debt now, right? But then there's another step. So you already learned all this, but he's learning all this just keeps you here.
Right.
But there's way many more levels that you can achieve. But you're not gonna get there by reading his books. That's where I'm focusing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's all
I,
about.
I think and I think that kind of goes back to where I said sometimes you just got to open up your mind more, because at the same time I know what you're saying, but you also don't want to be stuck
Yeah.
within that mentality where you're like, I want a book that relates to this, when the whole time you could have chose a different one, which could gave you significant knowledge to where you can kind of keep growing in this same range. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I can relate to that as far as like trying to learn how to get out of debt, but I honestly didn't get out of debt until I started learning how to serve my clients better, or like just overall get more clients basically, or like overall just make more money in a way.
Yeah.
And then learning how to like invest and just learning different things
Yeah.
that would benefit this one thing that was the issue at first, which was getting out of debt. So
So when people are a question for you, when people are in debt, what is something that they can do to help them get a house whenever they're in debt? Unless it's just student loans.
I'm not a financial advisor. Let me put that out there first. But you just got to work it, man. Just one bite at a time. Hey, I got all this debt. What can I focus on to pay off first? And credit cards are a big one nowadays, right? So, got all this credit card debt. What can I do? What side hustle can I push to put everything toward that one credit card? Pay that down. Now let's work on the next one. Pay that one down.
So as a realtor, whenever you guys would basically want somebody that has no debt or a bare minimum debt to sell my house.
that's-
No? I guess
So-
that's something.
One thing I would do if we were interviewing each other to
Yeah.
like, help you buy a house, I'm going to ask you if you've talked to a lender yet. You're going to
To what,
say,
sorry?
a lender?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes or no, whatever your answer is. You say no. Let's start there. Let's see what you qualify for. That way I know where to look. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, because I feel like most people are scared to get a house because they're like, okay, there's debt. Because even me, I mean, I'm not at the point where I want to buy a house yet because, like I said, I don't want to stay in Fayetteville. But once I'm ready, that'd be like, oh man, okay, so like, how do I take this because I'm a first time buyer, I would be a first time buyer. Like, how do I take this monster for? That would be my way of looking at it. And then I would,
First time buyer, if you were comfortable opening up to me about your finances, let's do some math here. What can you afford? Now let's go see if you can get financing for it. Now you go talk to the lender and see if you can get the financing for it.
okay.
I guess another question for you would be like, do you think the prices will ever go back down on the houses, on the house market?
That's a good question. You see the market starting to balance back out. Interest rates are still high, right, compared to what we got used to in like the COVID-19 era. But
Yeah.
realistically, if you look further back, they're about where they were back then. So
Yeah.
it's right now it seems high, and housing prices are going to continue to go up every year. That's why it's always a good investment.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just gotta hop in before, it keeps going up.
Yeah. No, that's what I try to tell people, bro. Like, houses ain't coming down. Like, everything's gonna keep on going up. So it'd be pretty dumb if we don't invest in properties or things like that.
I guess adapting. You gotta adapt to the
Yeah.
new thing, you know what I mean? See the pros and cons. Do you believe it's possible to have significant wealth without potentially compromising your values?
100%.
Yeah.
Just like this book, man. You build your company on your values, on your morals. If every decision you make for that company is in line with your values and morals, whatever they may be, you're gonna make money.
Yeah. I started reading this book by Ray Dalio. Well, not reading, but listening to it, and that's what he was talking about, like how basically the business has to be, he has to believe who you are, like it has to be an extension of you. And that's the way, because whenever I first started the studio, I was like, okay, I just want something nice for every artist, but he wasn't me. So now I want to make it more me, like
Yeah.
my core, who I am, or my values, like art first, money second. Well, yeah, uh, faith, art, and then what's called money. That's the way I'm focusing on that.
I started my renovation business back in March. The first client I had was an investor. He bought a long-term rental and he wanted it renovated. And I won the bid. And I went in there, and my values for my company were honesty, transparency, and quality work. And to this day, we stay in contact. He's actually my mentor now. I went and got my license.
Okay.
I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. I was working through the pre-licensing course. I finished that and I scheduled my exam. And he texted me out of nowhere, hey, you know anybody looking to become an agent, or like looking for a new brokerage? We're growing, we need help. Now that you brought it up, I'm about to go test and get my license, man. He's like, no shit. He's like, come on, bro, let's do this. So, but I say all that because that relationship that I built with him has brought me more work. I do some of the work in his short-term rentals around here. I've landed other clients based off of his recommendations, and that, and then he invited me to join his business book club. So that's another resource for you to get books. But we once a month we're meeting, read a book, come talk about it. Everybody brought ideas for a new book, so we had a reading list, and it's a great way to figure out what's your next read.
That's here in Fayetteville?
What's that?
Is that here in Fayetteville?
That is,
Okay.
which is something I'm gonna bring up in our business network group. Have like a, what's your favorite business book?
Yeah.
Once a month, and just get everybody's opinions. Maybe find one you like.
That's on the 26th, right?
25th,
25th.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Seeing all the attention it's getting,
Yeah, I do need to.
seeing all the attention it's getting, I may need to switch the venue.
Yeah.
I didn't expect 50 something people in 5 days. Like,
So
oh, Lord.
it's, so everybody just basically go and hang out.
So I went and talked to the manager and the owner of Eggs Up Grill. over by Stony Point Elementary.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like, yeah, you can have our little room right here. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
How many people you're expecting? I was like, honestly, I have no idea. This is the first event. I really don't expect anybody to show up.
Yeah.
The little
alright.
conference room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're like, you can use that room. And one of them was, if it gets too big, too heavy, we can move you guys out onto the dining floor.
Yeah.
But 50-something people in 5 days. I was like,
50-something.
Jesus, we still have a whole another month and a half. Like,
Yeah.